So I ventured back into the winter shed. I'm just doing a little bit of sweeping just to see what my drop is and just to see my bees again. I'm not noticing a lot of drop on the floor. I'm noticing one row heavier than another row. That's probably due to larger hives coming in than another row. I'll show you in a bit. I'm also noticing on my nucs here condensation issue. I've talked about this earlier, and I've talked about getting the entrances off, which I haven't. So I'll just show you the issue that's happening, and I'm going to probably take these entrances off right now. So I'm just walking the rows of nucs, identifying all the nucs that are having trouble with moisture issues, and they're quite easy to identify. So you can see the landing board is wet. The hives have sealed themselves off quite nicely, and which you can see the great big cluster inside, and I'm not allowing enough air circulation to get rid of that humidity. So you notice I don't have any top entrance here. So they've sealed themselves right off, and it's quite humid inside these little nucs. So all the humidity the cluster is producing, they're not able to expel it. So all the condensation is condensing on the top and running down the sides, which is not good. So I have to open up these entrances just to be able to circulate the excess humidity within these nucs. This one especially, look at the mold in there. So that's what I'm going to do. Go around and open up these hives to provide more air circulation for these nucs. Quite big nucs. They're right full of bees, as you can see, and the bottom boards are wet. So I'm just going to take a walk through the aisle of the rest of the shed just to see if I'm finding any condensation issues within my singles. For the most part, these guys are looking pretty dry. So I won't worry about getting the entrances off these bigger hives yet. Little nucs are wide open anyways. They look really good actually. There's bees at the front. So you'll see the bee drop on the floor is minimal. I'll probably sweep that up today just to freshen up the shed a bit. Oh boy, just in to regroup a little bit. Those nucs are pretty big and they're active. I got tagged a few times in the face. Certainly doesn't feel very well. Sometimes you wonder. But, you know, halfway through the job, and like most beekeepers, you can appreciate, it's like, fuck it, just get her done. So, you know, hammer down and the entrances are off. Feeling it though. So I pushed the broom around the rest of the shop, and there's a little bit of bees on the floor, not too bad. A lot less than I was expecting. Well, actually, no, I'm not actually expecting a lot of bee drop this winter. We'll see if that actually translates this way, because I've anticipated these hives as they're going in as being smaller, as being the defined winter nest. So I'm assuming that a lot of those bees are going to be the ones that are going to be taking me right through till March, April. So that's what I'm resting on right now. So as I regroup a little bit before I get back in there to finish sweeping, today we had a business meeting. We always sit down once a year to talk budgetary on the farm. And well, we sit down every Sunday just to talk business, and then once a year we're talking, you know, farm numbers, planning for the year ahead. So we had a good meeting. Took us most of the morning to hammer things through. Everybody looks after their own enterprise in regards to planning on the spending and the production for their own enterprise as we go through the year. And it's my job to take all the budgets, all the projections together, drop it down into an overall projection budget document, and then we argue a little bit about where we're going to spend or where we're not going to spend, and our priority of direction, and then we go with it. There's a conversation this morning. I was just talking about my bees and how I'm a little uncertain in how they're going to actually you know, winter as they move through, and what am I actually going to see in the spring. A bit of uncertainty just because they prepared so early in fall. As with our long winters, we might just run out of time if we have a long winter. And comment around the table was, oh, you know, boy who cries wolf, wolf. Every year they hear the same thing. Not really taking my comments seriously. Which is frustrating, because even my own farm misses the point on managing honeybees and all the dynamics around it. It's not like, you know, if there's an animal gets sick, or let's say all your calves gets coxy, and you know, we have preventative treatments for that infection to happen. Not only that, but when they do get the infection, we have a protocol to follow to be able to protect the herd from death, right? Same with the grain farm. Right now, one of the biggest concerns of the grain farm is clubroot. It's spreading across Western Canada. We haven't seen it yet here in Manitoba, but it's coming. It'll be here eventually. There is millions and millions of dollars being put into research to help combat clubroot. And rightfully so. I mean, there's a lot of canola acres out there, and we're going to lose a lot. So we need all that investment to help us battle that problem. My bees have a bucket full of problems right now. You know, the boy here cries wolf. Well, rightfully so, because I have this bucket full of issues. There's a huge amount of uncertainty within that winter shed right now, whether or not these bees are going to successfully winter. Like, I don't know, because there's all these variables that I can't control. Very few tools that I can use to actually, you know, manage these problems, manage these issues, to help these bees manage issues through winter. So it's very frustrating. There is very little research and development being put into bees right now as compared to other sectors in agriculture to actually give beekeepers tools to help us keep our bees healthy and get them through. I mean, actually allow them to survive. we need more investment on that. We need more attention on that, and we need more respect on the problems that the bees are facing right now. And we can't get caught up on these, media hype, one issue, two issue type deals where all the focus is being put towards one or two things, and there isn't a damn of a thing happening translating back to the beekeeper. So anyways, that's just a small little rant, probably heightened a little bit because of all the stings I got from taking off those entrances. But it's just a little bit of thought. I mean, we have a lot of problems with this industry. We have to start pressing agriculture to help us relieve some of these issues. We need tools. We need to be able to keep our bees alive. We need to be able to evolve and adapt to this changing environment that we're being caught in. As everybody else seems to be progressing and becoming more successful as the advancements move through agriculture, the beekeeping community has been left back behind and kind of forgotten in a way. And we need a little more respect, and we need some attention. So that's the total amount of bees that has dropped in my shed since I put them in. So that's not very many bees. Hopefully that trend continues.